Matic. McTominay. Andreas Pereira. And it's Juan Mata.